I'm Reen Schwarzer, and you're listening to the Giant Sword Podcast. Microphones, activate!
Hello and welcome to this week's Giant Sword Podcast. I'm your party leader, Nick. Joining me as always is Taylor. What's up?
What up?
It's a little late night episode because we've been very busy the last few weeks, and so we want to get something out because we finally got to see Tales of the Rise.
That's right. Finally. And Nick's going to gloat a little bit on this episode because he totally called something. And I was like, there's no way.
But
Nick's just being a Tales fanboy, but he was right.
of course, they're not going to change everything. But they did change stuff that, it was like, oh God. But yeah, we'll get into that in a bit. But first, how have you been, Taylor? I see that you are not at home right now.
Yes, I am maybe 20 minutes away from you. I'm here in California doing a project for work, seeing family, seeing friends. So at some point before I go back, we'll have to get some ramen or something.
Yeah, this week for sure. But yeah, it's been
How have you been?
It's been pretty tough. A lot of work, a lot of tiredness. I get now how some people feel. It's like you work and you come home, you don't want to do shit. That's how I feel.
Exactly.
And it gets to the point where it's like I come home, it's like I don't want to do the podcast. I'm too tired.
Yeah.
But
yeah, no,
that's
I hear you.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we'll do one right now because Tales of the Rise, baby.
Tales of a Rise.
All right. So let's start off with this. Have you pre-ordered it?
No, because I requested a code not too long ago, and I'm hoping I get a review code.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, the only company that won't give me codes is Square Enix. And to me, I'm just like, okay, I'm just not big enough yet, and that's fine. So I just need to get my channel bigger. But if I don't, I'm definitely gonna pre-order, and it comes out in September, so I'm hoping to play it on PS5 by then. Or I hope to have a PS5 by then, so I can play it on a PS5.
You should be able to get one. It's beautiful. I'm touching my PS5 right now.
Nice.
And I haven't used it at all.
You haven't used it at all?
I have used it, but I don't play it often. I don't play a lot of PC games. I have also pre-ordered it. I mean, I have pre-ordered it. The collector's edition.
Nice. The statue's pretty cool, for what I remember.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. And it actually comes with an official soundtrack and not a sample soundtrack.
Really, it's the whole thing.
Yeah, it's like there's it comes with a physical and digital official soundtrack.
Nice.
So hopefully it is the full thing, not just a sample, but it says that it's the official one. So cool. That's cool.
No, that's sweet.
Okay, so what were your first impressions of Tales of the Rise when you first saw it? Not like the gameplay, I should say.
Yeah, the gameplay. Well, I mean, this was kind of what I was hinting at the beginning. Was I was really surprised. I thought for sure it was going to be an open battle system where if you just see an enemy, you can walk up to him and then the battle starts. But they're doing the whole like swirling into a battle arena thing. I was really surprised that they're still doing that. And you said that. I remember in some podcast, like, nah, it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be the same battle system. It's going to be the swirly. I'm like, Nick's crazy, but no.
No, that definitely is. Now, but this time they've completely changed. They changed it. Now it actually is a battle arena, like a different screen. In Tales of Berseria and Zestiria, the battle would happen in the map. And it'll create like a circle zone around the area where your battle's happening. They're not doing that in this one. They're going to they go to an arena and then come back to where you're at.
Yep. Yeah, and I mean, this was only one enemy, but they're doing some interesting things. Like there was that one rock enemy that had like weak points. So instead of you just sitting there doing combos like normal, it's like, okay, try to hit the weak points and stuff like that, which I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah, the battle system looks a little upgraded. But first, I want to I want to talk about the battle system, or not the battle system, the battle going into battle arenas. It's a good thing because now they could focus on creating elaborate dungeons, and it doesn't look all huge and empty and all that and all that crap.
Yep.
Because they don't have to worry about creating battles, areas for battles, and I'm glad that's happening. You can totally see it in when they show up the locations showcase.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, yeah, the environments look way better.
Yeah, and that's the other thing I noticed too. And weirdly enough, I mean, I noticed the environments look better, and then I noticed that like the sound effects are they have a different premium quality to it. Like sometimes in a lot of games, there's only like one sound effect for running, but I noticed like when oh, Alvin or whatever his name is, I forget what the guy's name is. Yeah, Alvin. When he's like running around the environment, like there's just different sound effects. I'm like, oh wow, okay, they're going all out, and yeah, it looks great. And I'm sure on PS5 it's gonna run at 4K 60, so that'll be sweet.
And I'm pretty sure the footage that we saw was the PS4 version. Because
Yep.
if it was a PS5, those battles would be like load up instantly.
Yeah,
So,
I imagine on PS5 the yeah, those battle arena screens are gonna be instant, and then because I'm watching the footage right now, and even him like the character exploring the world is not even at 60 frames per second. It doesn't look like.
yeah.
So my guess is this was, like you said, it was probably PS4 footage, but it doesn't say, so we won't know.
But I did pre-order the PS5 version, so that it's definitely coming out on the same day. So you don't have to worry about that.
Nice. Oh, and to be clear, for anybody that hasn't heard the news for some reason, it comes out September 10th.
September 10th. I free.
Yeah, so I think it was so funny because there were some people that were like, "Where's the Switch version?" It's like, really, guys, come on, this is not going to come to Switch.
Yeah, it's not going to come to Switch. Not going to happen.
Maybe way later, but it's going to look way worse.
And it comes out on the PC same day though, so.
Oh, that's cool.
So the battle system itself. What do you think about the UI? The change.
The battle UI or just general?
Just
generally?
the battle UI. They changed a lot.
It's very simple, which I kind of like. I mean, I'm watching the footage right now, so it's like you have the character's life under them, and then you have the characters all mapped to a D-pad. So if you a button on the D-pad, so if you want to swap characters, and then it's got different moves tied to buttons. So I think that they might be playing this on PC because it says X, Y, and A for the buttons. So this might be or Xbox even. You know what? I bet they're playing on an Xbox because it was announced at the Xbox conference. So maybe all the footage is from that. But anyway, yeah, UI is nice and simple and clean. I like it. Shion looks interesting. The girl with the gun. I want to see more gameplay from her because I'm curious to know exactly what she does.
Yeah, when I first saw it, I was like, oh no. Why are they going Final Fantasy 15 UI? Oh no.
What didn't you like about it?
It's too simple. I hate that simple UI look.
You like it cluttered with all kinds of crap on the screen?
No, I like it stylized. I don't like it just like I don't know what to call it. The Nintendo UI look.
You have said that, and I still don't really know what you mean by that.
Have you played first party Nintendo Switch games? They all have the same. They all have the same UI. If you look at it, it's all very basic with like white and squares and just it's awful. I miss the days where like the UI was like stylized and like it looked cool.
Yeah,
and
sorry, yeah, you go.
I was gonna say the one thing I do miss is the faces on the bottom of the characters. You get to see who, like, what they're doing, if they're getting hit and stuff, and they all emote depending on what they're doing. It's gone now. It's gone now. And another thing they're missing, I know why they did this, because they wanted to save time and make things snappy and fast for us short attention span Westerners. But I do miss the ending scenes where they're all like they have some quips and stuff and do their silly dances.
Yeah, I will say that those are kind of fun, but I really do think they're going for like a more, like you said, sleek, modern, updated, streamlined, whatever.
So something
So
it's something I'm gonna miss. I hope, because I saw, or during the footage, you could see after battles they do chatter after them. So hopefully there's some funny interactions there. I do hope that they bring back skits, because skits. I know that you don't like skits so much.
Yeah,
but I enjoy skits because
a lot of people do.
They're fun character interactions. They just add to the characters, even though sometimes they don't even add to the story at all. But I heard that they might be getting rid of those, and it's like, no, it's like, stop getting rid of what Tails is like. What Tails is, you need skits. You need these silly character interactions. It's supposed to be a little anime, not all serious. But the battle system itself looks really cool. I like how there's like combo moves. They call them Mystic Arts, but I don't think they were. They looked more because they combined moves. The two characters combined moves. So I don't know if that's what Mystic Arts are now, or because I know there was like dual Mystic Arts before.
Yeah, that was kind of cool that they showed team up attacks. Like there in that gameplay trailer, there's a bunch of like you do moves at the same time kind of stuff, which looked neat.
Mm-hmm.
And they showed, well, I don't know if you had an order and that you wanted to go through this, but I think another worry that a lot of people had was it was only going to be those two characters, but they showed that mage girl, and then they showed the other guy. He's like I think he's like a fist.
He's a fighter,
like a monk or something.
Yeah. He's like Jude. No, is his name Jude? Jude, right?
Jude is the guy from Zillia.
Yeah, Jude is.
Yeah.
He's the fist guy. Yeah, you gotta have that, but I don't know if there's gonna be more characters, because in all the promotions, all the costume stuff that they showed, they only showed those 4 characters. So
yeah,
there could be still more, and they're just not showing them yet, or we only have 4 playable characters.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope there's at least one more, because it's like you got to your 2 melee guys, you got a caster, and then you have somebody with a gun. So I'm hoping like
she's also a caster.
Oh, the girl with the gun. Okay, Shion.
Yeah, she's all flames. I hope there's normally there's 6 characters in a Tales game, at least 6.
Oh, okay.
So hopefully we'll get 2 more. Nice. We do need like other, because we have our generic mage, and then we have the flame magic user, and then our 2 fighters. We do need like a water user, ice user, something like that. Speaking of ice, that snow location, love it.
Yeah, it looked great. All in the reveal trailer, there's this really awesome opening like city that they show, and it's kind of like pink and purple, and there's a lot of like tents everywhere. Like I've been really impressed with all the environments so far. They look great.
See, what I see with this is what they wanted Tales of Zestiria to be like. Because it's super, like, the main world area is like an open world game. You walk around, you pick up items, there's stuff to explore, and then you go into your battles. Yeah. What I didn't see is him going into a battle. So these ran into people. And I'm pretty sure the slicing's in there, because that's in like every Tales game since, or for a while now. It's been in Berseria, it was in Zestiria.
Yeah, I thought I read somewhere that, like, depending on how you attack them, you get some sort of advantage in battle. So I think you could probably, I think you could probably hit them.
All right, so just like the other ones. That's good. That's good to hear. I like to compare this to the new Trails game. It looks very similar. But it's not, of course. But it's like, it's cool to see. I think it's cool to see JRPGs going this way, but at the same time, it's sad that they're going this way. You get what I mean? Because they're
When you say this way, are you talking like action combat or
like open worldy, actiony combat. I mean, Tales always been action combat, but just the open worldness and the westernness.
yeah.
I mean, it's cool. I'm kind of wary. Is this? Do you think this might turn a couple people off if they keep going this way?
It's a good question.
Because
I don't know. I mean, I think here's my thing. All these games, they have to continue to appeal to a wider audience, right? And so I think a lot of the bigger RPGs that people play, like Assassin's Creed or Elder Scrolls or Witcher, they are all big open world action. And so I think you can still keep a JRPG identity and still do that stuff, but it's tricky, right? Because to me, like, the thing about the Tales series is there really isn't a lot that like makes it a Tales game. It's like an action RPG or an action JRPG with like anime art style. Like that's all Tales is to me. Like there's no themes or anything that really carry over to games. So I feel like what you can do with a Tales game is so broad, I guess, at least to me. So and
there's no
here
themes and tales. Are you kidding me? There's a
oh,
whole.
don't tell me about the whatever the
There's
mystic girl trying to find the fairies or whatever. Or
no.
I'm messing it up.
No, it's the tales tropes. You gotta find the fourth great spirits, and we gotta save the
Yes.
mana tree. And yeah, those are the tropes. I'm gonna laugh if that's here in Arise. There's a mana. There's some, if they mention mana, great spirits. Yeah.
I from what I can gather, it seems like the general plot is that like there's this one like either country or planet that's like making these other people like slaves, and I think you're trying to liberate them. At least that's kind of what I got from the trailer and the breakdown from the initial release trailer.
Mhm.
So we'll see. But here's my real indicator that I think they're going to keep doing this is I, as a hardcore JRPG fan, have been interested in Tales less and less since the first Zillia game. Like Zillia was pretty good. Zillia 2 was they reused a lot of assets, but the game was still kind of cool. Really didn't like Zestiria. And then I played Berseria. I'm like, Berseria feels old and like dated, and it just really needs a refresh. And this Arise really excites me. So
Feels like a refresh.
you know, yeah. So I mean, I look at it this way. I mean, even like Ease is kind of like if you look at the design of Ease, like they have these wide linear zones, right? Like even in Ease 9, like when you leave the city, it's not open world, but it's a pretty big zone where you can explore a lot, and it's still action RPG and still has, JRPG tropey things. But I think yeah, I don't know. I mean, you're more of a hardcore old school Tales guy. So, I mean, like, how do you feel about how things are going?
I gotta see more because if they take out skits, they make it more serious. I mean, there's serious stories, but it always has that silly anime. They always have those silly anime moments because Berseria was very serious. So that was like the most serious Tales game I think ever, pretty much, with freaking murder at the beginning of the game,
Right.
and now it still had its silly moments. So I'm hoping that's still here. I do. Yeah. I mean, it's got to have its roots there. I can't take everything out because they've taken a lot. It looks like they've taken some Tales soul out. But hey, I was right about the battle system. Maybe the soul's still there and just haven't shown it,
Yeah. And this is like, I've noticed that Bandai Namco America likes to do this. They like to make the English version of the trailers way more serious than the game actually is. Because I remember when they did the first English trailer for Zestiria, and it was like super serious, and all the music was like dun 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 dun, and I'm like, this is not the vibe that I get from Zestiria. You know, like whether I like the game or not, like this is totally not the vibe of the game. So I think you might be right that um I think they should, because I think you're right. I think that is definitely a hallmark of Tales. It's a little bit more lighthearted, a little bit more silly. It doesn't go full Yakuza silly, but I mean, keep a little bit of the humor, keep a little bit of the silliness. So I'm with you. I want them to keep that
and keep
stuff.
the hot spring scenes. They need the hot springs. It's always. That's silliness.
Always. Yeah.
Always. And it needs an arena. And a ghost ship.
Arena?
An arena, a ghost ship, you know.
Your hometown needs to burn.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, bring that back. Your hometown just gets destroyed.
That'd be awesome.
Okay, so when I looked at there's a arts showcase, which is like a minute long, and your combos could go pretty long. And from the first two, I don't know the characters' names, but the girl with the gun and the main character, if you look at it, they do like some sort of dodge, which if you guys have followed Street Fighter V, it looks like a V shift, where they're about to get hit and they do it, and they do like a slow motion like dodge, and then they go into their attack. And I was like, that's interesting. That's new. So I wonder what that is. And I don't know what they use for combos. I'm trying to see. Ooh, yeah. So I wonder if they're trying to make it like more like Berseria, where they have like the do combos where you could. I lost my train of thought because there's no TP. It doesn't look like there's any TP, and it doesn't have a combo counter.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering what they're doing. And another thing is how they're up, how you level up your characters. It looks like it's skill grid.
Oh, okay.
Did you see that?
No, I haven't seen that.
Yeah,
I'm watching the Arcs trailer right now, but
so the gameplay, the first gameplay showcase, they show them leveling up the girl, and it's like a little it's like a little grid that you could pick. So it's like there's like skills, like stats, and like skills you could pick, and abilities. So I'm like, okay, this is what they're doing. Interesting.
Okay, I think I might have skipped over that initially. Okay,
it's like at the beginning of the game. It's at the beginning, after all the "we must save the world" text, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's like after the first battle.
Oh yeah. Okay, so it's like increase max AG, burning strike, KO prevention. Yeah, it's like a sphere grid from like Final Fantasy X or something. Interesting. Yep. Yeah, and then it opens up, and then cool. It's quite different.
It looks good. It looks fun. I am excited to play Tales of Arise. Good on September. September's really far away, and the world's going to be different then. Hopefully you get it, and we're not on fire. And hopefully we still have beef. But
hopefully.
Hopefully
we still have apples to make the apple gels.
Yeah, we need apple gels. But yeah, that's all I got on Tales of Arise. I'm super hyped about it. As hyped as a Nick could be.
Yeah, well, I know. I mean, it's you typically don't get hyped and don't watch a lot of trailers. I know, and I've started to not do that myself because it just makes playing the game that much more fun. But this has been one of those games where it's just like there's been so many unanswered questions about like what's the combat like? Are we going to get more playable characters? What does everything else look like? But so far, from everything I've seen, I have not been disappointed. And then like the voice cast is really strong. Like the guy that's voicing the main character, Alphen, is the guy that voiced Noctis from Final Fantasy 15. And then Shion, the girl with the gun, is Erica Limbeck, who did Sakura Futaba from Persona 5, and Jessie from Final Fantasy 7 Remake. So far, I think they've got a strong cast. I really haven't. I don't see anything I'm worried about so far. So as long as they just continue showing off what they've got. My only I mean, they're just probably not showing this, but like, I hope it's just not those two environments. That's, I hope it's multiple environments,
Of
big
course.
world.
I mean, there's 2 worlds, right, to explore.
Yeah. And I imagine that's probably not the case. It's just, this is all they want to show right now. And I get that. So, but yep, nothing. I really have no concerns so far. It looks great.
I'm happy. You're happy. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be. Oh, hopefully, it's gonna be good. So we got Tales of Arise. And what else is gonna come out? What's the next JRPG we're looking forward to? Nothing's coming
I'm,
up top of my head.
I want to play Near Replicant. I don't have a PS4 with me, but that just came out on Friday. So I know people are loving that. So I want to check that out. I know they have that Shin Megami Tensei HD that's
Nocturne.
coming out. Yeah, excuse me, thank you. Shin Megami Tensei 3 HD Nocturne, whatever it's called. Coming out in May. I may or may not play that, but
I don't think
n-
I don't think that's a Taylor game. Maybe because it is a dungeon explorer.
yeah, and the combat's similar to Persona. I think the thing that people keep saying is it's super hard, and I'll probably have to put it on easy just so I can enjoy it. But after that, the one I'm really excited about that's after that is Neo: The World Ends With You. That looks cool.
No, the new one. Have you played the first one?
I played quite a bit of the DS version. Man, the battle system is really weird because it's like on the top screen you use the buttons to control your combat, and then on the bottom screen you have to swipe. So it's really weird. But I like the story, I like the world and everything. But I just couldn't. The gameplay was way too complicated, and I heard it's even worse on Switch. So I'm glad they went with a more simplistic or traditional combat system. I'm still not sure if it's turn-based or action. It's hard to tell from the gameplay, but it looks fun.
All I know is that those characters are in Kingdom Hearts.
That's right. Yep. They are. Are you excited about that game at all?
Not really. Like,
Not really.
I haven't really looked into. I mean, I own the Switch version of the first one, and I haven't even touched it. I think I should, but I need to get into the mindset to play that. I'm just not right now.
It's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, before that, I mean, now that you have a PS5, we got Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade with the Yuffie DLC. That'll be fun.
I want to replay the remake again. So when that comes out, I will. But it comes out the same day as Guilty Gear. Choices.
July, what is it? July 10th or something?
June, I think, right?
Oh, June 10th. Yeah, you're right. June 10th. Yeah.
Oh, is there something else that comes out in June?
There is, and I can't remember what it is.
Comes out in June. It's bothering me now.
I mean, I think it's the Neo: The World Ends With You. I could be wrong, but
whatever, man. We're good.
Oh no, I gotta find this out.
It's bugging me now.
Yeah, because I think you're right. I think there is something, and I can't, and I don't remember what it is. So let's go. There's a couple websites that keep up to date with releases and
Release
stuff.
dates.
Oh, does Gaia 6? Is that what you're thinking of?
No, it's something else.
Scarlet Nexus?
Is it? I think that might be it.
The Scarlet Nexus comes out June 25th. Legend of Mana remastered. Let's see. I'm looking. It doesn't look like anything else.
I don't know what I've seen.
Monster Hunter Stories too?
Yeah, I think that was it actually.
Okay. Yeah, that looks great. They still haven't shown gameplay. But I think next week they're doing a Monster Hunter Direct or whatever they call them. So hopefully they'll show gameplay, and yeah, sure they're also going to do updates on Monster Hunter Rise, which I'm excited about because I'm pretty much done. There's like nothing else for me to do in that game.
You've destroyed it. You've gotten 100-something hours on it, and now you don't know what to do.
Yeah, I mean, I've hunted all the monsters there are to hunt. I mean, like content-wise, there's nothing left to do. All that would be is like trying different weapons or something. But I've tried like 3 different weapons, and I'm like, all right, I'm done. Just I'll wait for more monsters.
uh, so you've only been playing Monster Hunter,
Pretty much,
and
yeah.
I've only been playing Apex Legends because it's my palate cleanser right now. I'm playing Grandia 1 on the side, but
Nice.
I still need to finish Ease 9.
Oh, you haven't finished it yet? Oh man.
No, I'm on Cowgirl's chapter.
You still got a little ways to go. You got another character to still to get.
I do. Hot take. I think Ease 8 is better than Ease 9.
Hmm. I don't necessarily know that's a hot take. I think a lot of people are thinking that. People liked Ease 8 a lot. So what about Ease 9 is not vibing, or what did you like more about 8?
I like the environment better than 8.
Yeah, that's fair.
I liked how the world and characters seem more fleshed out. And I don't know, I'm not gonna say story, but I think I like the combat a little more too. I don't know, it just seems like in the back of my head, I don't know why, but when I play Ease 9, I feel like it's unfinished. And I don't know why.
Unfinished. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's like I feel like something is missing. And I'm not saying it's a bad game at all. I'm just saying there's something's missing here, and I don't know what it is.
That's interesting. Unfinished is certainly not a word or a term I would use to describe it, but hey,
yeah, I know that's
how you're feeling. That's how you're feeling.
It's just a weird feeling. I'm like, why does it feel this way? It might be just because every environment is either a cave or a stone castle.
Yeah. Not a lot of environment variety, that's for sure.
Yeah. Because there's a lot. Come on, Ease 8 brought back the ghost ship.
True. There was a ghost ship.
You can't go wrong.
I mean, and that's like a big, vibrant island. It's pretty to look at, and here it's just the city. So, I mean, I get it. That was a lot of criticism a lot of people had. So I can't really blame you for that. What mechanics? All the like the monstrum abilities.
The monstrum abilities,
like running up the walls and stuff like that.
I mean, that's cool, but sometimes it just feels like they're only like one use things. You only use them sparingly. Like I do like the teleport, and I like the wall run, right? The seeing hidden things, you only need to use those in certain areas. Breaking walls, only certain things are breakable. And the floating, of course, you can float. That's cool.
Yeah, the very last ability you get, I feel like, is the most useless.
Yeah.
But I won't ruin what it is. But I think the hidden vision thing, that's really helpful if you're trying to get all the collectibles, because there's like these blue, what are they called, like blue feathers or something, that are like all over the city, and if you turn the vision on, it like highlights them. So that's it for me. Like since I was trying to get the platinum, it's helpful for that. But I can see if you're just like running around a dungeon, like there's not a ton of use for it.
I think I got a lot of those blue feathers. You give them to that girl who wants blue feathers.
Yeah, she gives you some good stuff.
Yeah,
so definitely keep doing that.
But yeah, that's my thoughts on Ease 9. Because I knew that you loved it. Like it's one of your favorite games. And you destroyed Ease 8, so I would think that you would like Ease 8 more.
The thing that I didn't like with Ease 8 is I felt like there was too much story. Like I felt like we were constantly like, every time we come back to the village, we're talking about something. It's like, I just don't care. And like the weird going back and forth with Donna was like a little weird too. I like Donna as a character, but I didn't care about what was happening in her world. I cared more about like how she was interacting with Adol. I thought that was neat. But with Ease 9, I felt like it was focused, and each chapter was about a specific character, which I liked, because it was you got to build on that character. And then after you got everybody, then like the secrets of the jail start kind of coming out. And I'm not going to spoil what those are, but like that stuff was like, whoa, it was like really interesting. and it's a lot shorter. Like I beat like my first playthrough was only like 25 hours, and I think like Ease 8 is like 40 at least, depending on how many of the rescue people you want to rescue and how many side quests you want to do and
So
stuff like that.
you didn't like the Donald stuff where you got like the new forms and stuff, right?
The new forms, yeah, I like
that was
regular
only
Donna.
yeah, that was only in the PS4 version.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So it felt like add-ons, which is what it was.
Same thing. I mean, not to get too far off track, but same thing with the Tokyo Xanadu on PS4. I hated all the White Shroud stuff. To me, it was just like, sweet. Let's get to the next chapter. Oh, now I have to do this weird.
That's the EX Plus stuff.
Thing.
That's what it is. That's the PS4 version stuff.
The PS4 runs and looks so beautiful. I don't know if I could play the PSP version or the PS Vita version.
Oh, no. I heard the Tokyo Xanadu PS Vita version is off. Off. Bad translation and everything.
That's so weird. It's like, why would they have two different translations?
I think it's made by a different character, different company, actually.
Really? That's so weird.
Yeah. But yeah, speaking about PlayStation Vita, the stores aren't shutting down.
It's true. That was interesting. I mean, they're going to shut down eventually, but it's nice that it's not in 2 months or whatever.
I think people are starting to have I heard that on PS4 or on PS3, some games weren't updating anymore and they were unplayable and stuff like that. And some games are just breaking because they don't have connection to the servers or something like that. So they're like, okay, well, can't do that yet.
Yeah, I heard that. Like patches were getting pulled and things like that. So I'm like, this is really weird. But I mean, I haven't played a PS3 game on my PS3 in a long time, so I don't really care about the PS3. But the Vita, it's like you got the PS1 classics. They're still releasing games on Vita, so that was more concerning to me. But I'm glad they're not doing it, and I'm glad I put out a video the other day about that, and people are like, wow, I didn't heard of any of these games. So I think what's really neat about this situation is that I think people are maybe finding games that they didn't even know existed or whatever. So I think in a weird way, it's kind of nice to be able to highlight some of these old games that are maybe a little bit forgotten or never got a port, So did you, because I know a lot of people, when that got announced, they went and bought a bunch of games. Did you go out and buy any games for either PS3 or Vita?
No, because pretty much I own every game that I want on those systems. And I haven't really thought about looking at them anymore. But I was trying to look at like a silver lining of the store shutting down, and I came to an idea. Maybe they were going to bring, since they're going to if they shut those stores down, PlayStation 1 classics, PlayStation 2 classics, or will be gone. Those will be gone. No more. You can't get them anymore. So I was thinking maybe they're going to bring it back to the PS5. I don't know. I was just thinking maybe that'd be cool if they bring back classic. They actually add a classic system to the PS5, because for some reason they forgot about it in the PS4. It just didn't make any sense.
That would be nice. That'd be nice if they found a way to do backwards compatibility or whatever. But I'm not sure. I don't know. The thing that really concerns me about what's happening right now is with PlayStation is the CEO Jim Ryan is not really like a gamer, like Shuhei Yoshida and Sean Layden and all these guys, they like loved games. They made games, they play games. Jim Ryan strikes me as like a businessman, right? And so I felt like when they shut this down, that was like, oh, let's look at the spreadsheets. Oh, this isn't making money. Let's just shut it down in 2 months. It's like, dude, what? Like, and they weren't even telling developers. Like the developers that were making Vita games found out like when we did, So it's like, I feel like Sony is slowly maybe going back into cocky PS3 Sony, which concerns me, but the games are still good, right? Like all the first party games are great. They're buying exclusives like 7 Remake and Final Fantasy 16 and probably a bunch of other games that we don't even know about, but I'm
contrary. I'm
a little concerned.
I'm going to be a little contrary on their first party exclusives are good, because they tend to only be one type of game.
That is true.
And it's not wrong. It's like, okay, it's like enough, Sony. You used to be a little better than this, but now it's just generic third-person explore world game.
And the thing that really makes me sad, it's funny that you say that. What makes me sad is they shut down their Japan studio, and they were always making weird stuff. You know, they made Gravity Rush, you know, and Freedom Wars and Puppeteer. Like a lot of these games didn't sell super well. And again, I think these are just like business decisions or whatever, and not like let's make something cool for the sake of making something cool. And that makes me sad because I loved the original Gravity Rush. That's like one of my favorite games. And it makes me sad that they don't have, outside of Polyphony, which is a driving studio, they don't have any Japanese studios anymore that are first party, which sucks. So
yeah, it does seem weird. I don't know why they're doing it. That's why I've been starting to buy a lot of my games on PC. And but I just miss the feel of being on a console and sitting on my couch, which I don't have. So, but someday,
get a couch again.
Yeah, get my own place.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. I mean, this is not necessarily JRPG related. It could be. But do you think Sony, Microsoft is gobbling up all these studios, right? Do you think Sony is looking to buy some studios? And if so, who do you think they could potentially buy or would buy?
I don't think they would. With the way they're doing right now, I wouldn't want them to be buying up studios because they would EA everything, and I wouldn't want that. I was gonna say something. Dang it, my brain fried. I am worried about Sony because it just isn't the same ever since PSX 2018. When PSX 2017 was so cool and so fun, but it was an awesome, and then it just fell off the earth, and then PlayStation in general just fell off the earth. And what are they gonna do? They canceled. What's it called? What's the Blue Point? Is it Blue Point? The Blue Point game, zombie game.
Oh, that was banned. Days Gone.
Days Gone. Yeah, I think they're gonna make Days Gone 2, and they canceled it to do a Last of Us remake.
That makes no sense to me. I don't know why they.
It's like, why are you
like not even 10 years old yet?
Yeah, it's like, why are you remaking Last of Us? They're gonna make it worse. You just know what they are.
I think the only reason they're doing that is because there's a HBO show coming out, and I'm wondering if they're trying to like coincide a new Last of Us with the show or something.
Mm.
But like, I feel like the PS4 remaster is like pretty good. It's pretty playable. It doesn't look that bad.
It's good. It's good. Yeah. So just play that. But it's just, they're just gonna change things and gonna make it worse, and would just make it so Naughty Dog in my mind would be dead. Naughty Dog doesn't exist anymore. It's gone. No more Naughty Dog. The Uncharted Naughty Dog is gone.
Quite literally. I mean, some of those people don't even work there anymore. So.
I think most of them don't work there anymore.
Yeah. But we have, I will say, doom and gloom, whatever. I would say generally, though, like if you look at the landscape of Japanese role-playing games, I feel like it's as healthy and as vibrant as it's like ever been. Like people know who Falcom are now. Like before. Like I remember when my very first review, I'll never forget this. My very first review for Blistered Thumbs was Ease the Oath in Felghana for PSP. And I never even heard, I'm like, what the hell is this? And I remember you were like, oh yeah, it's pronounced Isu. I'm like, oh, okay.
Hey, Wise? It's Wise.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody called it Wise, right? Yeah. But Cold Steel's getting popular, Ease is pretty popular. Like all the big franchises are kind of hitting on all cylinders, and like Square, like say what you want about Square, but I think they're really rocking it with JRPGs. Like 7 Remake was great, 16 looks awesome, Dragon Quest 11 was awesome. We got Project Triangle Strategy, we got a new strategy RPG from Square. Bravely Default 2 just came out. So I don't know. I feel like generally speaking, the landscape for JRPGs is pretty healthy. Tales, I mean, we were just talking about Tales for a while, so I'm pretty happy and excited for the genre on a whole. How about you, Nikolai? Are you pretty happy with where things are?
In general, yeah. I'm happy that the English patch for Tales of Destiny remake is almost done.
By the way, speaking of the Tales of Destiny remake, did you read rumors that they might actually do what you want? Have you heard about these rumors?
Okay, I read the little rumors from that site, and it said a port of the PlayStation 1 Tales of Destiny. I'm like, oh, it's just gonna be a Tales of Destiny PS1 port. So that's already in English, right? So they're just gonna bring it over. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, hopefully, maybe. I mean, there's like a 10% chance. Because they specifically said PS1, and I'm like, no, it has to be the PS2 version.
Oh, I thought that's what it was. I thought it was the PS2 version and the true Tales of Destiny 2. I thought they were doing both of them.
I don't know. I just remember seeing they were saying the PS1 game Tales of Destiny. I'm like, no, it'd be making the PS2 version. So I don't know. We'll see in the future. But the thing is, if you have the Japanese version and you have the ability to rip the ROM off it, you could patch it and make a English version. I'm just amazed at how fast they made this. I mean, it started like a couple months ago, right?
Yeah.
And now they're like really close to being done. And now they're already working on Tales of Destiny 2, the real one. So nice. It's cool. It's cool to see.
And the reason I don't put a lot of like stock behind that rumor is like, if Arise is coming out in September, like when would they put that out? They're not going to put out like the Tales of Destiny collection in the summer and then another Tales game like a few months later. The only way I could imagine them doing it is if it was like only on Switch or something, because Switch is not getting Tales of Arise. But even then, I can't. I feel like they wouldn't want to clutter the market with like that many Tales games.
I could see them announcing it maybe in August, July, around there, and then saying, "Oh, it's going to come out November or Christmas time, or maybe early next year." Just if you want to play some classic Tales games as well. I don't know.
Yeah. So what do you think you'd have a bigger reaction to, that or how you reacted to the Rune Factory 5 announcement? Because you've been wanting this for a long time. This is like your Final Fantasy Tactics 2.
Okay, so here. If they pull a Square Enix PSX announcements for like Final Fantasy 7 is finally on PS4, and everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, they're gonna bring the remake!" And it was just an HD port. They do that. I'm gonna be like, called it. Okay. If they're like, we are bringing Tales of Destiny DC and Tales of Destiny 2, we're subbing it, and it's coming out, I'll be happy. That'll be cool. But that announcement is kind of diminished now because of the patch the fan patch that people are doing. So before,
this will be in HD, and they might have some more quality of life.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just, I wouldn't be like, because
I think you will.
No, because I'm already getting an English patch.
Sure.
So that was the main thing I was so sad about it, is because we already had an English patch that was like 80-90% done back in like 2016, 2015. And no, like it was like, okay, it was like a 95% done, and he was showing off, the team was showing off streams of it, and it was looking really good, and suddenly gone. Just, we canceled it, we're not doing it anymore, and they deleted everything. And we're like, what?
Wow.
What just happened? What? That was so sad.
That's really weird.
Yeah.
But they never explained why?
They never explained why. They just said, I'm not doing this anymore. But then again, that team always took like years and years just to do a translation and a patch thing. this collaborative effort of just fans wanting to make this have done it in like half a year. It's like, what the heck? Obviously, it's not going to be super professional like that team does, but it'll be done.
I think for people like you, I mean, I think you'll just be happy to be able to understand what's happening. It's like,
I mean,
it doesn't have to be perfectly
I already
localized.
Yeah, but I already understand what's happening. I know the story inside and out. I just want to do the side quests and all that extra goody stuff because I can't read. I can't read it. That's gonna be fun. So, and I'll play that, and I'll play Tales of Rise, and I'll be like, Tales of Rise doesn't even compare.
It's not even anywhere as good.
Not even close. Namco's dead. All right, so let's do some questions. Surreal Killer. Nick is playing Final Fantasy VIII. Will Nick see it through till the end? Will Nick play the superior FF9 next? Exciting times on GSP. Did I say anything about playing Final Fantasy VIII? Was it last episode?
Yeah, it must have been. Yeah.
So I messed around. I bought it and messed around with it. I haven't touched it since.
Oh. Okay.
I don't think I'm going to be playing it. Like I don't have the mental fortitude to play a game like that right now.
Makes sense. You have to really be into it.
Yeah. It's just right now gaming is. I feel like an adult where gaming is like on such a low priority level right now, or I should say that type of gaming.
Spoilers, Nick. You are an adult.
No. You know what I mean. And I just play the games I play are just the ones I could join, play a couple games, and leave. I don't have to.
No, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, just hop in, play something real quick. I mean, that's kind of what is drawing me into freaking Monster Hunter, because like, just do a couple hunts, turn it off. I'm good.
The Proletariat asks, "What is your favorite go-to order at your favorite favorite restaurant?"
Go-to order at my favorite restaurant. That's a good question.
I have too many favorite restaurants.
I know. Well, one of my favorite restaurants is Hokkaido Santuka, the ramen. I always get a large spicy miso ramen.
Yeah, you always get that one every single time.
It's the best. It's so good.
And I just get a simple salt ramen with pork. But we need to go. We need to go get ramen, and we also need to get gen.
Gen's good.
Let's do it. We'll talk about it later. For me, I like if I go to Holder's Country Inn, I like getting a turkey club. So good. I don't know. My favorite, I like the ramen. I already told you that. Ringer Hut closed down, so we can't get Ringer Hut anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's gone
after they freaking renovated and everything. Wow, that sucks.
End of an era over there.
It wasn't as good though.
No,
but it was cheaper.
No, it wasn't cheaper anymore. It was more expensive. I think that's what killed it.
Yeah, no reason to go there then.
Yep. Turkey clubs. I'm a basic. I like pepperoni pizza and a basic cheeseburger, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Important. Wingy Shaft asks, important question. What is your taste in waifus? I think it's known. What? Okay, you could answer mine. I think it's pretty known among our Discord.
You like the MILFs. That's what Nick likes. Not necessarily like moms, but like the older ladies, the teachers.
The teachers. There you go. Yeah, I tend to go with them. If they're dateable, I tend to focus on them. Usually it's the older ladies though. But the sad thing is they're not older anymore. They're younger than me. I just love when they're like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so old," and you look at their age in the game and they're like 25. It's like,
come on. Come on, guys.
Come on.
Yeah, like Sid, and I mean, this is not a waifu, but like Sid in Final Fantasy VII, like Sid, high wind, age. He's probably, I think he's 32, and he's like in
He's
the game.
so gruff.
I'm older than him,
Yeah.
and in the game they make him seem out to be like this 50-year-old like grizzled veteran. I'm like, he's 32. Like, go on.
Well, wasn't like Cloud like 17 or something? 16?
Yeah. He I think hold on. I think Cloud might actually be I think he's 21. Cloud Strife age. Yeah, he's 21. But Aerith is 17, I think. Oh no, she's older? Wow, it says she's 22. Interesting. I'm looking at the instruction booklet online from the original Final Fantasy VII.
Oh wow. I thought they were young.
Yeah, so did I. You know what's really funny? I'm looking at the Sid Highwind. So this is Sid's description. Sid is a tough-talking, warm-hearted, old pilot at 32.
Well, back then, that is an old pilot. Because back then, when you were in 20s, you were like us. You were
like
just starting out.
You're like a grandpa, man.
Yep. The world has changed in these 20 years.
Yeah. Sid. Interesting. My taste in waifus. I don't know if I have a particular taste. Just, I guess more like cute.
They gotta be hot.
Like, exactly. They gotta be hot. No, really, how hot are they? I mean, like, if I were to like just ramble off like my favorite JRPG waifus, it's like Tyr from Tales of the Abyss, Jade from Dragon Quest, Tifa.
Taylor likes big boobs.
Of course, yeah.
I mean, every single one of those characters are stacked.
Yep.
That's his taste, guys.
That's just big boobies. I'm trying to think of like any other.
Emma from Cold
Fire
Steel.
Emblems. Yeah, Emma. I actually liked Laura actually, but yeah, Emma's. Can't complain about her. Mithra again, big boob. Yeah, so I guess I do have a taste. I do have a taste.
So there you go, guys. So send Taylor all your big boobed waifus.
But you know, like sometimes in anime they're like overly big. Like there's the girl from like Valkyria Chronicles, like the main Valkyria enemy girl. They're like bigger than her head. And it's like that's when it gets like ridiculous, that's like too much.
All right. So next question, Cheese Hero Zero. What's your all-time favorite minigame in a JRPG, and what is your most hated?
Oh, my most hated is definitely Blitzball. I don't get Blitzball. Never scored a goal in Blitzball once ever. I don't get it.
I don't get it.
I don't get it. Favorite minigame. I want to say Blade. From Cold Steel.
Cold Steel and Tokyo Xanadu.
It's just so simple, and you just want to like keep playing another game. I'm sad that it doesn't have a lot of depth, because in Xanadu it's like the arcade machine, and then like that's it. Like you can't play other people around town or anything.
I mean, the game itself is not really in depth, because once you figure out how to beat it, you're just like, okay, and it's luck. Vantage Masters, the new gameplay that replaces Blade. That's pretty fun. I enjoy that. That's also, it's like a simplified version of what's it called? The
Magic?
Blizzard game.
Oh, Hearthstone.
Hearthstone, yeah. Very simple. That's fun. Most hated though. The squats in Final Fantasy VII.
You don't like the squats?
Nah, they go in. You know how they go invisible at the end?
Oh yeah, I mean you just got to stay in rhythm.
Yeah.
Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, but I could see that.
What about you? What's your most hated?
Oh, I said it, Blitzball.
Oh yeah, Blitzball, duh.
Blitzball is the worst.
And
There's got to be others, and I just can't think of. I'm trying to think of other mini games, another game.
Yeah. It has. I mean, maybe if it wasn't like 10 at night, we would be able to think of it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
be sure to ask that question again when we have more people on, and then we'll have a better answer, hopefully.
Sure. I feel like also just generally speaking, decent. Like everybody's got their own way of doing fishing mechanics, but I like fishing games. Chill, it's fun, not too hard. Yeah.
I was just thinking about Rune Factory mini games for some reason. There's a lot of good ones in there.
Oh yeah, Rune Factory's good.
Let's throw beans and attack a sheep.
What?
No, you remember the woolly festival where you just attack sheep and you try to defluff them.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, that's one of the festivals. Last question from Pigeon Senpai: what are some games you would like to experience for the first time again?
Ooh, that's a good one. Games to re-experience for the first time again. I'm trying to think of games that have like big plot twists or like I don't know. You go.
I think this is pretty easy. This is so simple. I would like to re-experience Personas again. All of them. It was fun playing those. The first with 4 are golden, and then 5, and then going back to play 3. I think that was fun.
No, yeah, that's a good pick. I like those. The ones that immediately come to mind are I try to think of like when I look back on like, oh, maybe it's not necessarily or maybe it was like my game of the year, but it like in the long run since then it like hasn't stuck with me. But there were like games that like stuck with me when I played it. I was just like blown away and mesmerized. And like 2 that stick out are Final Fantasy VII Remake, just because like finally playing that game after so long. It was like so surreal, and it was like the music and like seeing how they recreate these environments. It was like such an emotional experience. So it would be really fun to play that. And it would be kind of nice to like go in like playing it not knowing how it happened, but also being a little bit more open to the plot ghosts. Because I remember when I played it initially, like I really didn't like them. I was being very purist about 7 Remake, but in retrospect, I really didn't mind it now that we kind of know what they're doing with them. And then the other is Ni no Kuni, because I remember that like at the time, we've talked about this ad nauseum, was like PS3 was a really bad generation for JRPGs. And like I felt like Ni no Kuni was, in my mind, for me, was like the savior of the genre. And it was like, oh my God, it's like Studio Ghibli art style, and Studio Ghibli worked with them. It was just so magical. And yeah, it would be really fun to be able to play that for the first time now, because I haven't played that in a long time. And I feel like it probably doesn't hold up as well as I think it does.
You should try it out. Isn't there like a PS4 version now?
There is. Yeah, there's a remaster at 60 frames, which I think that'll look really nice. But
I think it actually sounds like a good video. You play.
Think so?
Yeah, you talking about your re-experiencing Ni no Kuni 10 years later?
Let's see. When did the original Ni no Kuni come out? Ni no Kuni.
No, not 10 years ago.
Yeah, I probably at least. Yeah, I think it. I want to say it came out 2012, maybe. Yeah. When did it come out in America? January of 2013.
Yeah, okay.
So
I knew it wasn't a
years.
decade ago, but it's a long time.
Yeah, it's almost 10 years. Came out in Japan in 2011, so that would have been 10 years that the game was done or whatever. So
And you imported it.
I did, yeah. I did, and I played with Shanna, if you remember her, she's fluent in Japanese, so we would like play it together, and actually right in this room, right here in my grandpa's house. This is so funny, actually.
Yep.
But yeah, that was like I think that was the first game I ever imported.
Yeah,
was Ni no Kuni.
what people need to understand. See that room right there? That's where Taylor started. That's where it all began. Right there, that room.
This is where the gaming shelf started.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is where he started doing his blistered thumbs and everything.
That's true. Yeah.
Crazy thing about him.
Oh yeah, a lot of memories in this room. You
Um,
know what's really funny is I still have this really weird PR thing from for a God Eater game on PSP, because like the premise was supposed to be like, oh, it's the apocalypse, so they sent like this survival kit with like water and like food blocks and like flashlight. Like it was really weird. I've never gotten it. Here, I can see it from here. If you'll humor me for a second, I kind of want to grab this.
That thing has been in his room probably for 9 years, 10 years.
And I don't know why I haven't thrown this away, because it says right here, 5 years shelf life. So this is all old by now for sure.
And you've left that in there even after you moved away.
Yep. My grandpa doesn't know, I guess. But yeah, so this is what it says. Emergency survival kit, right? And then we've got emergency drinking water.
Hey, drink it.
We've got Band-Aids. There's a lot. I think this is mostly just water now. No, okay. We got food rations. Good by February of 2011. Yeah, this is not good. Oh no, 2016. I see. Yeah.
2011. Holy crap.
This is when I must have got it. But what else is in here? I got, oh, it's funny, the company's name. I got some wet wipes. But yeah, I don't know why I didn't. I should throw this away because this is probably disgusting. But yeah, very funny.
You know, one of the things I don't want to like to re-experience is not really a game per se, but being in the PS1 era, growing up, playing those games. I want to live that again.
Totally. I mean, it was just magical, right? Like every game that was coming out, I mean, we were discovering the genre, right? I mean, and there were so many. That was like a gold mine. It felt like you could go to GameStop or EB Games or whatever. You could pick up a random JRPG, and like chances are it was going to be pretty good. Like almost every PS1 JRPG was pretty good.
See, I think the thing is now there's too many choices. There's too many things. Fair. So there's never ever going to be certain that sometimes there will be, but there's never going to be that one game or that one series that suddenly just explodes. Like there's never going to be like a Tony Hawk Pro Skater again. There's never going to be a new Tales of or Final Fantasy. It's not going to happen anymore because there's just too much stuff. Nothing is going to stay in someone's in the people's mind, the zeitgeist, for too long, unless it's freaking Fortnite or what's it called? I can't think of that name.
Shoot, I mean Apex Legends. I mean you've been playing that. I mean I don't know if that's going to stick around, but
that's not going to stick around. No, it's something like, oh my god, I can't freaking think about it. The one with sands and all that.
Oh, Undertale?
Undertale, yeah.
Yeah.
Now everyone knows Undertale. It's like, but
I don't know. I kind of disagree because I think of like I mean we get stuff like Octopath and Bravely Default, and I mean this isn't a JRPG, but like Splatoon is huge, and that's a brand new franchise that Nintendo started. So I think there are still big franchises that come out of nowhere, but like they're definitely more rare. I mean, like we were talking about this earlier, the fact that they took Sony Bend off of freaking another Days Gone to make a Last of Us remake. Like what? That's like so creatively bankrupt, but it was going to make money, so that's the only reason they were going to do it. But whatever.
Money. Yeah. I just miss the days of going to Connor's house and playing Lunar 2 while it's raining outside.
Heck yeah.
So that'll be it for this episode of the Jay and Sword podcast. I'm really tired because I gotta wake up in 4 hours. But yeah.
Go to bed.
Yeah, I gotta go to bed. But yeah, thank you everyone for listening. Be sure to comment if you want to, comment. And join our Discord for awesome discussions and stuff. A lot of cool people on there talk about JRPGs and anime and all that stuff. And you could ask questions. But yeah, we'll see you hopefully next week. We'll try to. Okay, we'll try to. Have a good day, guys. Yep. Laters.
Later.